morning. Good morning. Bryce, get up. Yeah, there you go. Bryce, get up. This is Monday morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. We are up and popping, getting it ready. Oh, what a great week we're going to have this week. I'll be here. I'm traveling this week, later on in the week, but we'll get the show done. We will travel. Will travel this week. There you go. Shout out to my boy Todd Jones down in Miami, Florida. We're going to represent for his charity. Also, remember, on the 14th of November, we will get back to talking about, and we'll ramp up the charity, the Jesse Banks Foundation, as we get our kids in college, all right? This boy Lays world famous. Shout out to my MOP First family. Me and Billy had a great conversation yesterday. I love you, Billy. Love you, man. You don't even understand how much I love you, brother. You and Fame, both of you guys, man. We are in this all the way in, man. We going all the way down with this one. We're gonna rock out. When you read the book and you see the story of this amazing trio of us, this thing of us, you'll see. Fame's got new music out too. Let's get to the music real quick. Let's get it popping real quick this morning. Unction in the building. The morning emails, all you males and females. Let's get it going this morning. Let's go, y'all. Oh, man, let's get it going. What are we doing here? Oh, yeah. That's what we doing there. Oh, there you go. Little love there this morning. There you go. Go to YouTube. You know where it's at. When you go to YouTube, they don't stop the music. Now, Facebook might stop the music if you're on Facebook, but go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Get the music, y'all. Come on. Good morning. Let's get everybody up slow. A little stereo music. Get it on stereo today. Stereo audio today. Pump that audio up today. Let's go, y'all. Unction in the building. Morning emails, y'all. Let's go. Come on. Good morning. Let's go. Hey.
There's nothing I won't do, anything you want me to. Can't keep my hands off you.
Hello.
When you hold me in your arms, you should provide me with the charms.
We fully expect Kimmy and Coco to be in today.
But it's my own little way. Ooh, I love you.
Good morning.
Oh, it really makes me want.
What's up, Troy? Let's wake them up this morning. Nice and easy. It's Monday morning. We're going to smooth into it. Let's go. Smooth right into it.
I said I could love you in a special way. You like my mind. I feel alive. You like my mind. I'm satisfied. So much fun.
Yeah. Reach out to Blade for all this. How y'all doing? Let's get it going this morning. Okay, come on.
I know we're doing things that we want to. Meanwhile, are we losing? We won't let go. And then, in what we're doing,
Yeah.
don't let nothing change your mind. Thing I'm on now, get off the ground, stop losing. Be pleasant to the touch.
Yeah. How y'all doing out there this morning? Good morning, y'all. We getting up. We're up early. Wow. We're going to talk about that Queens Casino today. When the ladies come in here, Queens get the money. And I'm going to give you a little bit more insight on it. Not so much that, they would try to make it a rap thing. Way bigger. Yeah, and also we'll celebrate the life of Asada Shakur, give you a little head understanding of who she was. Asada Shakur. And I'm going to sort of educate a lot of people on how the United States government treated her. And, she wasn't no joke, all right? But yeah, a real warrior. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Alex in the building. The morning emails, all you males and females. Rest in peace to the Queen. She was not Tupac's mother, but she was Tupac's godmother, Asada Shakur. Yeah, you see that kind of energy is real. Yes. Good morning, extra pain believer. Good morning. It is a fun people, come on, it's all my sensation. Sorry, I had to go on mute for a second to talk to my son. Bryce, you got to put ice on your knees when you go to after soccer games, okay, buddy? You can't, you just can't just go right to sleep. You got to ice your knees down. When you play heavy soccer, serious. Like an old man walking in here in the morning. Your dad's a knee expert. Let's go, y'all. Come on. Good morning, y'all. How y'all feeling? One day. I don't want no romance. Also, y'all didn't know that Kenny Jet Smith is involved.
I never said that I would be your everything. But you know that I love you, baby. And it's gonna be.
Is that gonna be good for Queens, y'all? Let's go.
When you start
approved. Be more original, man. Monday morning yawning. Let's turn up.
tell me how you'll never be mine. Not the way I feel it. 'Cause I feel you already. Wherever you will.
I tell you what, the world moves on. Let's go, y'all. Good morning. So we'll talk a little bit about the scholarship for today, and we'll also talk about. We're trying to get Glaze in here this morning to talk about Queens as they, had a successful bid for a $5.5 billion Resorts World Casino. Your local superhero rapper Nas is involved in it. We love that. I'm going to give you some insights and what I believe happened a little bit too. Let's go, y'all. How they were able to really make it happen, how they were able to get it done.
But you just don't understand. We've been charging by the hour for
Good morning, come on.
I'll take to show how much I love you. Still believing in romance. You'll take too many chances. I remember when you used to be.
Good morning.
Slow. Turn your love on.
Man, I'm loving that today. I'm loving that energy today. The music sounds great today. Nice little vibey music today, man. I'm feeling that. Let's go, yeah. Up to the building. The morning email. All you males and females. Let's get it popping this morning. Hey. Sound check. Put a 1 in there if I sound good and the music is clear. Let me know. Y'all let me know. I hear my mix. I don't hear y'all mix. I tell you the story, how I started DJing when I was a kid. That's all these records. I know all these records, man. My sister's boyfriend was one of the top DJs in New York, DJ Wilbon, back in the days, like 70s, late, mid 70s to early 80s. And I used to carry the records for him back then. But they used to party so much in the, they didn't really start the parties back in the days in the club until like about 2, 3 in the morning, like almost like 4 in the morning. And they'd party all the way to like 2 o'clock the next day. Y'all gotta understand what was going on. Now, me being 12, 13, and 14 years old, I had no business in the club, but they let me in there because I was working. Good morning, Dr. D. Nice. So I had was playing a lot of records, and they walk up there, and all the girls would come up to me like, "Who is this little kid with these big headphones on, spinning?" Spinning records. So it became like a little thing for a minute, you know? Hell no, I didn't get paid. But baby, I got paid, but I got paid, but like food and candy and what I'm saying? And then, being a young guy in the club at 14, 15 years old, lady paid me in another way. I don't want to discuss that. A lot of experience, that's all I can tell you. People are real friendly around there. R.I.P. Asada Shakur. My crazy sister Sharon. I might bring her on one day. My sister crazy. Both my sisters left are crazy. Sharon and Vanessa. Turn up. Beside me. So I'm gonna give you a little heads up on the deal. Let me give you some just a little bit of insight. The core players and structure of the Resorts World New York City, RWNYC, the existence of a casino racing in Queens, which has submitted a bid to expand into a full-fledged integrated resort. Operated under Genting America East Genting Group as the parent company, the bid emphasizes that RWNYC has a strong local ties and existing infrastructure, which gives it a speed to market advantage over fresh proposals. There you go. Nasir Jones is participating as a local cultural partner to lend credibility, visibility, and branding to the expansion. He appears in the campaign video. It's about time for the bid. Yes. Robert DeSalvo. Let's go. Get that music real quick. Yeah, get a little information. Yes, good morning. Nothing. Robert DeSalvo, president of Genting America East, is quoted in public proposals, the key executive in pushing the expansions, and also Kenny the Jet Smith, if you know him from the NBA show with Shaq and Charles Barkley, is a partner of the broader innovative campus plan. The project includes a sports media facility dubbed in the Jet Center Association with Smith, a prominent NBA figure, and Queens native. There you go. Queens get the money. Come on. Supporting partners, a local community executive. Yeah. Resorts World Casino. Yeah, they did a good job. Let's get the show started. I have a lot of time today. Yeah. Y'all see me looking left to the right a lot. I'm up and checking out my I have another screen. I think I'm gonna bring it down a little bit, but I have another screen I use.
Hey Dad, it's Dahlia. Congratulations on your new show. I know how you get, so don't be too rough on him. Love you and good luck. Bye.
Love you too, monkey.
Welcome to the Raw Perspective with your host, the incomparable Uncle Lays, aka Lays Elliott, aka Lays from the world famous, speaking in topics about health, politics, music, art, culture, and now for your host, the legendary Uncle Lays.
Hey, yo. What's up, y'all? It's your boy.
And your Lays is right. Oh, yo, get in there and tell the people what it is.
Yeah.
Let them know what this thing is all about. Come on, man.
That's what we do. Let you know what this thing is.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all feeling? Wow. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Oh, I love Mondays. Hope your weekend was good, everybody. I hope y'all had a great weekend, man. Good morning. Your boy Uncle Lays in the building. The morning emails. Lazy Lays, for those that know me from the world famous, most dangerous MOP First Family. We've been around a long time. Shout to my brothers, Billy Dans and Lil Fame. Yeah, me and Billy had a good conversation yesterday. Billy Dans, I love you. You know that. MOP for life. And listen. I don't want to talk about the conversation we had, me and Billy, yesterday. And I don't know what Kimmy, where you at? Just child. Oh, talking about why I'm at. She's still getting up in the morning. Kimberly Robinson. She took off on Friday. Oh, I don't know what's going on. She's, Kimberly, like, she was rubbing back at the casino. Yeah, it is a casino at the Black Caucus. So she was rubbing back. But anyway, one of the stories that Billy mentioned to me, he said, Lays, and I know that this not to be true, but, a lot of people, call you a little, like, sometimes you can be a little bit arrogant, like you're a little, when they see you in person. I did have to check some weapons at the bar. Oh, you had to check some weapons at the bar. Yeah, wow. Listen, them gun laws are very loose now. People got it on them. Be careful. So he says, I said, listen, Bill, I'm legally blind, right? I can't see. I used to get in beef with people because they thought I was screw facing them, but I wasn't. It's just that I'm legally blind. I couldn't see. So I just wanted to, for anybody that I had to put hands and feet on back in the days, just know that it wasn't personal. It's just that you took the fact that I couldn't see well, and you took it personal. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I'm to the building. Morning emails, all your males and females. We are celebrating. Well, we're not celebrating, but we are definitely acknowledging the life of Assata Shakur. Assata Shakur, born. Her born name was Joanne Deborah Chesimard on July 16th, 1947, is a former member of the BLA. And for those that don't know, I can give you a little bit about the Black Liberation Army and the Black Panther Party, BPP, widely known as one of the high-profile figures in Black radical movements in the 1970s. She was born in Queens, another Queens native, raised in North Carolina and New York City, became politically active in the 1960s and amid the civil rights and Black Power movements, joined the Black Panther Party later and the Black Liberation Army group advocating armed resistance against systematic racism and police violence. Arrested and charged with multiple crimes during the 1970s, that was kind of the thing. They used to knock over banks. Brass knuckles. Who's doing brass knuckles? Brass knuckles. Come here, shorty. Let me give it to you. Still doing brass knuckles. Brass knuckles. God damn. What year is this? Niggas rock around with brass knuckles. Arrested and charged with multiple crimes during the 1970s, including robberies, assaults, but was acquitted in several cases due to lack of evidence. In 1973, she and two others stopped in New Jersey Turnpike. A shootout followed. New Jersey State Trooper Warren Forrester and BLA member Zaid Shakur, no relation, were killed. Assata was wounded and she was arrested. Basically, the story is she had her hands up and they just charged her with the murder of brass knuckles. Jesus. That's so funny, Troy. In 1977, she was convicted of murdering Troop Forster. Despite her claim, she was unarmed, and evidence suggesting her injuries prevented her from being able to fire a weapon. Obviously, she couldn't have killed him if she didn't have a gun. Sentenced to life in prison for 33 years. In 1979, with help from BLA members posing as visitors, she escaped from prison. Very interesting. And fled to Cuba and got political asylum in Cuba. Has lived there under the government protection, the Cuban government protection. She has spoken out about radical injustice and imperialism and prison conditions in the United States. The FBI placed her on the most wanted terrorist list in 2013, not by James Mueller, but by this other guy, Comey, who's just been indicted by Trump. When Comey came in, he made her a domestic terrorist and put a $2 million bounty on her head. The U.S. continues to pressure Cuba. Well, not anymore. She's passed away. Rest in peace to the radical queen herself, Assata Shakur, who was not Tupac Shakur's, rest in peace, mother, but she was his godmother, very close to Tupac's mother, Fidi Shakur. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Interesting. What's my music at? Why am I not hearing my music? Hold on for a second. And we'll get to Black Facts too in a second. I wanted to get that out of the way early so that when we have a discussion later on in the show about it, you guys got some information about that. You know, we're going to be more informative. Also on the 14th of November at the spot, I call it at the spot. The 14th of November at the Teaneck Marriott, I will be the gala chair of this amazing event. Shout out to the Jesse Banks Foundation. Try to get your tickets, man. Go to jessebanks.org, jessebankfoundation.org, and get your tickets. It's a great cause. We've been selling tables left and right. We'll get a seat. It's going to be great food, great drink, just going to be a great atmosphere. So make sure you guys come through, check it out, hang out, have a good time. You know, just rap a taste, okay? Just hang tight. So make sure you hang out with us. My music is not playing. And let me bring in Instagram now this morning, now that we started. I don't know where the girls are. Ladies have not, I don't know. Kimmy is doing her show. Okay, Coco, I'll just tell Coco to come in. If not, then we'll just have a few conversations, then we'll get out early. I do want to talk about the Queen's casino that was put together. Let's hope Kimmy gets in here. Kimmy's busy. She got shows all over the place. Oh, Dame is out there still. Well, there you go, Dame. I like when you put those pictures up of you helping the kids out. Good morning. Yeah, thank you. That's why I put you in. That's why I put you in that with that crew. You know what I'm saying? Have you helping out the kids, man. That's where you belong, man. And I'm hoping that there's some kind of end game to this strategy that you're using. I don't know. I don't understand it, but hey, man, we love all our brothers. All right, we are live on Instagram this morning. Thank you, Instagram, IG. We love you. There you go. One more, and we are live. There you go. Yeah, just a lot of little extras. Good morning, everybody. Alex in the middle. IG, welcome. Also, Twitch, Twitter, and all the other channels. As said, Big Said says. Big Said. Hey, ladies, is that the thing now? Ozempic and BBL, is that the combination? Did you guys finally figure out a combination for you ladies? Jennifer Lopez said, Ben, but you married him twice. It's great. I love it, man. People are crazy. But anyway, let me get Glaze on. We can talk about Queens real quick. Queens get the money. Yes, we should tap in on Kimmy's show real quick and see what the hell she got going on. Let's see what happened. Let's figure it. Let's find. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Let me find the Kim show. I'm gonna find out what Kim's doing. Find out what Kimmy's talking about. All right, let's bring Kimmy show in. You look nice today, Kim. All right, let me see. There you go. What Kim got going on here? Good morning, Kimmy.
How's it them? They're so cute. I think they're getting married. I don't know. But anyway, so as we keep it moving, there's a lot of stuff happening now. I know you guys know that Jimmy Kimmel was suspended last week. I swear that's like my recap, I think. But anyway, Jimmy Kimmel is back. Now, you know they suspended him for like 6 days, right? Because he was, he said this and he said that. But guess what? Charlie Kirk died saying what he wanted to say, right? Because he had freedom of speech. And that's what everybody's crying over.
Go ahead,
so
Kim.
does Jimmy Kimmel. He has freedom of speech. So does the KIM. She has freedom of speech.
Yes,
and
she do.
Will use it.
You better
Why am I
use it.
talking in third person? Well, I will use it. I say what I want to say at all times.
Yo.
I might apologize sometimes, but I do say it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I love it, Kimmy.
Wait a minute.
It's hilarious.
Lays, I'm coming on the show right after this. I'm coming on, Lays. Good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning to the morning emails, because I know Lays, he probably has me talking real loud on the show and then talking shit about me.
No, I ain't talking shit. It's hilarious, though.
Whatever.
Right, I'll see you in a minute,
Lays,
Kimmy.
I'm going to see you in a minute, though. Good morning. Good morning to the morning emails.
Oh, my
you guys
God.
be
Oh my God, it's hilarious. You see that? Let me get Glaze on again. Now I can call Glaze. Oh, that was funny. Let's go to blackfacts.com before we get started today. That's my girl. Oh, we love our Kim. We love our Kimberly Robinson. She is the best. Oh man. And she talks about all the goofy stuff that I love. I like hearing about the goofy stuff she talks about. Let's go to Black Facts real quick. Oh, good morning, everybody. How y'all feeling? I tell you one thing, man. All right, let's go to blackfacts.com. On September 29th, 1979, W. Arthur Lewis became the first black. Wait a minute. Became the first black professor of economics. No, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me get that right here. Why is it doing this? He was the first black to receive the Nobel Prize in economics. There you go. Good morning, Coco. I was having a little fun with Kimmy this morning. He was born in Castries, St. Lucia, in 23rd and January 23rd, 1915, and then that was still a British territory in St. Lucia back then. At the age of 18, he earned a government scholarship to attend London School of Economics and became the first black individual to get acceptance there. There you go. The research of Sir Arthur Lewis mainly dealt with two models which depicted to clarify various problems faced by developing countries. He published in 1954 what was to be the most influential development economics article, Economic Development with Unlimited Supplies of Labor. In this publication, he introduced what came to be called the two-tier dual sector model, or the Lewis model. This is economics, so we're talking to me. Kimmy knows economics. Coco knows economics, rather. Lewis is one of the most prolific writers in economics. He published 81 professional articles over the period of 1941 to 1988 and wrote 10 books. That was so funny. That simulcaster show. Although not technically a Nobel Prize, is administered by the Nobel Foundation, is identified with the award. Its winners were announced with the Nobel Prize recipients, and it's presented by the Nobel Prize Award Company. It wasn't the Nobel Peace Prize. It was just a Nobel Prize in economics. On 10th December 2020, the 41st anniversary of receiving the Nobel Prize, Google celebrated the late Sir Arthur Lewis with a Google Doodle. There you go. For more Black Facts, go to blackfacts.com. Let history be no mystery. Now let's get Glaze in here so we can talk Queens Get the Money. Also, Coco, if you're ready to come in, you can come in now if you're available, because I want to talk about this Resorts World Casino in Queens, and very interesting conversation about this Queens casino, and they try to make it like a rap thing, but this is much bigger than that. This is much more work was done. And I think I can explain to you why it was, why Queens got it and Manhattan didn't get it. I can give you a little bit of insight on that as well. But let's see if I can get Glaze. Is Glaze around? Glaze.
Please leave your message.
Oh, Glaze is not up this morning. Oh, no, that's right. He's working. Sorry, Glaze. Sorry about that, buddy. But I want to get, maybe Coco can give me some love on this one, because I really want to talk about it. I want to talk about the Queens Casino and the Resort World. For those that don't know, Resort World is also in New York already. They have infrastructure in New York. They're doing some great work up in the Catskill area. They have a huge casino, big golf course, everything up there. Full gaming. It's about maybe 75 minutes outside of New York, hour and a half, depending on how you're driving, up on 85, 87. It's a great casino. And it's kind of out in nowhere. So, they've already got infrastructure. Also, in the Queens facility was normally horse racing and all that kind of stuff. They have a structured area for the casino, though they try to make it, like a Nas Jay-Z thing. It's just that they actually have the infrastructure to do it. So, shout to Nas, shout to being a part of it, but it's not just Nas. The group that's a part of it, the Resort World group, and the NYC group is just Nas, Kenny the Jet Smith, Robert DeSalvio, and there's some other players involved. And it was something that the community, the Queensboro president brought together. I just want to make it not so much about Nas and Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? It was actually something. They have the infrastructure. They can go right to the market. There's not going to be a long turnover in construction. Whereas if they tried to do it in New York, there would probably be a lot of issues. And some of the liberals in New York didn't want it, and they went in and fought against it. And even though I just say Jay-Z's group in Caesar's Palace had very high level political power going into this conversation. They had some really great people that were working on this one, even including the ex Bill Bratton and all those other guys. They had some high level, high power New York City power going into this. So I think they'll be back. I think they'll get it. So let's see. Let's get it. Let's see what happens. And from what I understand, I do believe it was a boutique casino. Also, I'm thinking they're trying to put one over in Coney Island area. Okay, he's trying to get it now. Okay. Let me know if you have any problems getting in, Coco. I don't see you. Monday, it seems Monday morning is always like the... Monday morning is always like the technical, like it all works during the week, but it seems like it always slows down on Monday morning when we try to get everybody logged in and all that stuff. Let's see what happens here. Monday always seems to be like that. I don't know why it's like that, but Monday morning is always like a big technical fight to get some stuff done. We'll figure it out this morning. We'll get you in here. We'll get you in here, Coco. Oh, bum. She's trying to get in, but it's just she's having some issues, but we'll work it out. I don't know why Monday morning is always so technical. Let me give you a link. I got a link for you, Coco. There you go. Very nice. There you go. There you go, Coco. There you go. We'll get Coco in here with some tea, and also she'll give us some financial insight on what's happening with resorts. I mean, I know the company well. I've been to Resorts Casino. I mean, listen, if you go to down in Florida, the Hard Rock is doing really well down in Florida, and that's right in the middle of Fort Lauderdale, Dana Beach, Dania Beach in Miami, and Hollywood, Florida. It's right in the middle of that. So it does work. You can get it done. It's actually a pretty good casino. The restaurants are really nice. Even if you don't gamble, it's a good place to go, and they got great concerts. And I think that's what's going to be good too, is that you'll be able to get a lot of great rap concerts that you don't see, and that'll keep a lot of the artists working, doing shows, and resorts. So that's a great power connection. Also, from a sports perspective, Kenny the Jet Smith, who y'all know is from the NBA over on TNT. Is it TNT anymore? But with Shaq, and that might be ESPN now. I gotta check that out. But a lot of great talent and a lot of great opportunities, and also jobs. I mean, there'll be a lot of jobs given out there, and I'm quite sure the community made sure that when they gave those jobs, they gave it to the community to build that casino. So I think that works. TNT. It's TNT. Yeah. Thank you. And it's a power move for the brother Nas, who was beloved by everybody. It's not just a Queens thing. The entire New York City, the entire hip hop community loves. Like, this is a great story. Nas is a cool dude. Nas is respected. Everybody respects him, and for him to get this situation, he's been quietly behind the scenes making power moves, doing things here and there, getting into business with people. Nas is solid dude, man, solid dude. So I'm really proud that it happened. That it happened for him. I know this is a big deal to be able to do that, and to see the power of hip hop, how it escalates, and it's not always bad. It's always great. There's always ways you can do well. Me and Billy was talking about that yesterday, how we can turn things into things in hip hop, and where this just rap it on the mic, now all of a sudden you're owning entire conglomerates and business. I love it. Coco, are you still having problems getting in here? I'm trying to hold off on some of the stuff I want to talk about until you get, because I like the reaction, but let me see. Yeah, I want to hold off on stuff I want to talk about until we get Coco in here. I know Kimberly's she's wrapping up her show, so she's coming over. But I just want to make sure, because I really want to talk about the financial implications of this casino in New York City, and will Jay's casino, let's say Caesar's Palace, in the group that Jay-Z is involved in, Cuzzo's involved in, will that finally be approved? I think it will. I think they will approve it over time. I just don't think that it's going to happen today. Also, just another addendum. While the expansion plans are still being formalized, next chapter project materials mention collaboration with design, construction, and infrastructure partners for architects, planners, and realization of the scale of the resort, and older work around the Aqueduct racetrack site and existing casino. There were partnerships with firms such as Turner Construction, Green Star Services, the Darman Group, Empowerment Development Corporation, PS&S Design Inc. Yeah. This is a lot. This is a big deal. This is big time. This is big time business. It's Queens get the money for real. You follow me? Yeah. Queens get the. That's really Queens get the money. Yeah. This is great. And that area over there, though, it's probably going to take a few years to get the highways. Listen, man, the Giants. Come on, man. Been a Giant fan for years, man. The Giants have very disappointed me. But okay, we can talk about the Giants for 1 second. Talk about football for 1 second. They beat the Chargers 21-18. The game was kind of boring, to be honest with you. But the Giants won. There you go. Everybody, Giants won. I'm still not really. Listen, I don't have anything against the NFL personally. I just think it's such a plantation, and I'm still waiting for the Nas to come in and own the NFL team. Not Nas, but that version. I still need brothers to get in to be the face of some of these NFL teams. Then I would understand. I would feel like it's a fair deal if we can get some of the brothers involved in some of these ownership positions of these basketball teams and football teams, like heavily, because it's so dominated by the players who are African American. And I think if that's going to be the case, then let's have some say on the ownership level. And the ownership cast doesn't want to give that up so easily. So, let's work through that. Ladies, I got to tell y'all, I'm not going to stay long today, and I hope you guys come in soon because if not, I'm just going to move over my stories, but I'm not going to stay long today because I have an appointment early. I have actual business too, So I'm trying to hang out with y'all, try to pull back the stories until y'all get in, but y'all are taking a little long. 6:47 in the morning, Unc's in the building. Okay, yeah, little phone issues. Okay, all right, no problem, Coco. Just work through it. You'll be fine. But you know what? Let me just can lean on the OG for a second, and he can give me some insight on that. I wonder if that's going on in Chicago too. Let's get a call in this morning before we get the day started.
Hey.
Good morning,
what's up,
OG?
buddy?
Yeah, my ladies are having a little bit of issue this morning.
Yeah, I've been listening. I even went over and said hi to Kim over at the Keep It Moving show.
Yeah. She's working. Coco's having phone issues. But two things I want to talk about this morning. I wanted to talk to Glaze about the casino situation in Queens. Is that happening in Chicago? Do you know anything about that?
There's been some things going on here. There's a small casino that's downtown Chicago that used to be one of the lodges. And so I haven't really been paying attention to the casino part of it here. But there is some activity. Now, they got a stone's throw in Hammond, Indiana is a big one. So that's where most of the people in Chicago are going right now. But they are trying to get some local casino action going here, for the revenue. So we'll see what happens.
And then
Gary, how that goes.
Gary, Indiana, my good friend, Mayor Eddie Melton, good friend of mine, and Gary, Indiana. We love Mayor Melton, and they have the Hard Rock in Gary, Indiana as well.
Right, that's right. Gary's got it. That is true. So it's here, But and as far as this Queens thing, that's deal.
That is a huge. The Queens thing is a huge deal. Number one, Nas and all those other people I named earlier on the show, all those partners, including Kenny the Jet Smith from Turner Sports. For me, that's a win. That's a big win for Queens, and I can tell you why it was win because they already had the infrastructure.
I didn't know all of the backstory until you gave it earlier this morning. So I didn't even know about all of the backstory. But, once you've got an entity that already has infrastructure, they have a history, they know what they're doing. And the list of people that are associated with it are high caliber individuals.
Yeah.
So, it's got the right trajectory. So here we go.
Now you look very young. Obviously, the OG himself. He looks much younger.
I appreciate that, bro.
Younger than the numbers. My question to you, my brother. How much did you know about Assata Shakur and the Black Liberation Army?
Well, I'm a New Yorker, so I live in Chicago now. But I knew a lot about Assata Shakur. I knew a lot about the Black Panther Party. I was a little surrogate member in high school. The Black Panthers, the Young Lords. That's the walk I walk. I'm from the South Bronx, so I was knee deep in it. I was in riots, I was in marches, so that was part of my culture. That's how I grew up. And see, you telling the story of the Black Panthers as an organization.
Right.
Yeah, they had to get armed later on to protect themselves. COINTELPRO took them apart. It took them apart. So they were a community organization feeding families. I saw a little blurb the other day. I did not know that Kiefer Sutherland's mother was one of the first people to help a breakfast program for the Black Panthers. Yes. So it was a multinational community organization that was trying to benefit the community.
Infiltrated
and they got
by
attacked.
The CIA, infiltrated by the FBI with COINTELPRO, and which then caused the Black Liberation Army to really step up. And they were funding it by they were hitting banks. They were hitting federal banks.
Oh man, they were live and in color, man, and pardon the pun. But now, what do you think about how they broke her out?
That's interesting how they broke her out of jail.
For me as well.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting how she got broken out of jail, which is crazy, you know.
And then end up in Cuba.
But then and also shot to Cuba for
yes, sir.
Because really it was reversed. The Cubans kicked all the Wills pills out.
Yes, they did. Well, you know, they knew where the moral code stood. You know, there's alignment for various reasons. And for us, it wasn't about commercial. It was more about cultural.
Yeah.
And commercial would come if you nurture your culture. That's what we don't understand. We got such strong culture that we just nurture each other.
Yeah.
Commercially, we will be stronger than most countries. But, you know, we still got a few steps to make.
I did a whole research over the weekend about that, too, about because I did see something online about they talked about if we took our money out of it in 30 days, though it would not be that simple. 30 days is kind of short. But if we did it, it would take over. What it would do, it wouldn't affect the GDP as much as we thought it would. But what it would do is it would empower our communities, which if we took them out of the FDIC banks and put them into credit unions and then Black-owned credit unions, there's a whole. I mean, we'll do a whole show on that. Soon.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I belong to 2 Black credit unions, and so you're right, and a Black bank, online bank. So I mean, it's about where you put your money, and it ain't got to be a lot of money. It's just the money that you need to keep and to circulate within your community. And again, I'm a multiculturalist. I travel the world, but I know where my heart and my responsibilities lie. If I make my community strong, we become better neighbors. If we become better neighbors, guess what?
That's great. That's great, brother. We will. And listen, that's why we do shows like this in the morning.
That's why we do these things.
We joke, we have a lot of fun, but also we inform. And I want to be very informative this Monday because we did lose a warrior in the struggle.
We lost a warrior.
The reason why this whole the Black Panther was involved because of how bad the blacks are being treated, and they couldn't just. I mean, the Black Panthers, the Black Liberation Army, they were the guys that were going into neighborhoods to protect some of those freedom riders that were out there trying to do what they had to do, and they scared the shit out of Willsville because they sent in the CIA to infiltrate and break those people up. Well, let's
and you know, and the disappointing part for me is that they find people who look like us to do us in.
Oh yeah, it's always going to be like that. So pay attention.
Pay attention. That's exactly why I said that. Pay attention to your surroundings.
All skin folk ain't kin folk. How about that?
Yes, sir. I like that.
Yeah. Anyway,
but it's real talk, my brother.
All right, brother. Thank you. The OG Reginald.
No, thank you for letting me chime in. Right, and I will see you on November the 14th. Got my ticket. Got my room. I will be there.
Thank you, brother.
See you.
It's going to be such a
I got to salute you the right way, bro.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother. Peace. Yeah, Reginald Man, everybody. I like that. Coco, good morning. Good morning, Coco. Oh, that's my girl. Let me see. Unmuting her mic. Because they chose to mute themselves. All right, Coco Dreams is in the building. Good morning, Coco. We've been doing a lot of conversation this morning. It's been wonderful. How you doing this morning, Coco?
I am good. You know, trying to get on. Trying to get on this morning, but you know what? I restarted
Monday is always technical Monday. So I'm going to give everybody a technical restart on Monday. Restart all of your computers. Restart everything on Monday.
Refresh everything.
The Monday reset. Reset everything on Monday. So we good. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah, I've been listening. I've been hearing you struggling. It's all right. I know Kimmy. She's gonna be on in a minute. She's doing
Well,
her show.
it's not that. It's just that when if it's just going to be me, right? I have a pace that I can go when it's just me. But if I'm waiting for people to come in, then I
Yeah.
kind of hold back a lot of the information. Now, if it's just going to be me, then I'm going to run through all of the topics and go through conversation. But then if I'm not sure what's going to happen, then I get a little bit how would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, apprehensive on telling stories and all. So I just do leaves. I do leads where I threw leaves out there so that you guys can pick them up and say, now we're going to do this. You know what I'm saying? So as long as I know. So maybe we need to do some production in the morning to be like, hey, who's coming on today?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we need
Now,
to start that.
normally I would come on after Kimmy or after you do Black Facts,
Right.
but I was so busy struggling with this link. I'm like, you know what? Let me just restart. Let you know what's going on. Restart, and now you keep
But that's
trying.
good.
Here
But
I am.
see, now let's take Kimmy to task because y'all took me to task off the air the other day, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna take her to task right now, because this is what Kimmy does, and I'm gonna blow her up right now. See, you see, I try to I try to be understanding, obviously, but all I'm saying to you is hey Kim, if you're gonna stop and do your show as we're doing the morning emails, you should just let us know that you'll be doing your show. Then we will know. As opposed to trying to figure out what the hell's going on in your world. I'm just saying, that's Kim right there.
So listen, there's a great solution to all of this, right? But it has to go on Kimmy's end because I was talking to her about getting on StreamYard.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we could just merge the shows on Monday.
Right.
And but she doesn't have StreamYard yet. So I don't know.
The Kim movie happens in Kim's head, which is great. It's everything that we need to happen. Now, let's get to Coco. Before I get started, let's talk about the Nas group, RWNC NYC, Resorts World NYC group with Nas and Queens. Queens Get the Money. How do you feel about that?
I am excited. I know there's other than a lot of issues that we have in the communities, building jobs is one of the things that I'm all for. And I think this casino in Queens will definitely help out, open up some opportunities for work for people. Hell, I may apply. I don't know. But it's a big, big deal, as we both know, or as we all know now that it's public. There were 3 licenses for casinos. One was in New York. One was in, well, I guess we'd say Manhattan. One was in Yonkers. And the other one was in Queens. And
the Yonkers MGM license was approved as well. Yonkers.
Yeah. So that's exciting as well.
Yeah.
So at this moment,
was Jadakiss involved in the Yonkers YO licensing?
That would be something we need to find out, right?
I just want to know what rapper, because it seems that they got to put the rappers out in front of it. What rapper was involved in the YO? Well, rest in peace, DMX. He's not there. Could be Swizz Beatz or maybe Mary J. Blige. Is Mary J. Blige involved in that?
Nah. You know what? If anything, if Jadakiss wanted to do it, he would definitely be successful if he had anything to do with it.
Well, if Jadakiss was the spokesman for the MGM in Yonkers, I think maybe that's something we should just put out into the universe. Put that frequency out there. Y'all need to go get Jada and the Locks and have them be the spokespersons for these for this casino in Yonkers, like they have Nas being a partner and spokesperson in Queens. You know what I'm saying? So they need to do that. Let's get the rappers involved.
That's right. Let's get the new generation involved.
More shows. Remember, it's 20 million people in this area. So, there's enough if everybody wants to get it popping, there's enough the economy can really pop off if you give people stuff to do. And also it changes the neighborhood because you're giving people jobs as opposed to just hanging out doing nothing.
Right.
You know,
Right.
in Brooklyn, Coney Island, they're trying to get it popping. I don't know what's happened with that, but let's see what happens. Maybe April can tell us at some point. April Leon, but she's not even in Brooklyn anymore. She done moved on to greener pastures. But anyway,
Wow.
Coco, good morning. What is
Good
going
morning.
on with the tea? I know there's so much going on. I know you've been I know you're chomping at the Coco's chomping at the bit. She's been sitting back,
All the
relaxed,
time.
and absorbing all of this craziness that's been going on over the weekend until today.
Well, I mean, the one thing that's been dominating the headlines this weekend, I mean, as far as, being like off mass media, is the 6 mass shootings that's been happening. What is going on with white folks? 6 mass shootings in the span of like what, 48 hours
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
weekend?
Yeah. Well,
Um,
white people angry.
this is they are
They mad.
listen,
Rest in peace to the people that lost their lives.
yeah.
Let's go through them. Give us the 6. Where were the 6 mass shootings?
Wait, let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that is dominating the headlines, right? Is the one in Michigan with the there was a guy who I forgot his name is Thomas Jacob Sanford. That's his name. So apparently, when these Wills pills start doing stuff like this, they try to bring up their past, like they had some kind of issues mentally. But I'll just run it through just really quickly. He was 40 years old. He served as
Yeah.
a U.S. Marine from 2004 to 2008. He also served in Iraq, and apparently he got into a pickup truck, and the pickup truck had 2 American flags in the back. He drove his truck on the side of a church. The
Yeah.
church is it's a church of Jesus Christ at Latter-day Saints
Yes.
in Grand Blanc, Michigan. He drove his truck in the side of the building, sparking an electrical fire, and he gets out and he just randomly starts shooting people.
Wow.
The church subsequent, he has I believe, a shootout with, law enforcement, and he was basically neutralized. However, the
Wow.
fire, which was not able to be controlled, basically burned some of the church members inside, and they're still recovering people now from this fire. There is no, I believe, there is no, motive as we speak, as to why he did this. But I'm looking at the article now, just so we can get a handle on, what's happening. But that's just the latest one. I believe there was one in North Carolina.
Southport, North Carolina. Person opened fire from a boat into a crowded bar restaurant. Um, uh, it's just a lot going on in Michigan, South Carolina. You killed 8 at the church in Michigan. The point is, the people are angry, and let me tell you why. The anger is coming from the top. Now, listen, we understand this, and let me tell you something. I'm not a Trump hater like most people are. I always want to give the office of the president a chance to do what he's supposed to do for the country. I didn't vote for Donald Trump, but when he became president, I'm always going to salute the office. That's how I'm born. That's what we got to
Right.
deal with. If nobody's perfect, let's salute the office. The problem that I'm having with this particular administration is that they are so spite and hateful. And I'm not saying that other administrations aren't hateful and spiteful, but most of that stuff is behind the scenes. This administration, their hateful and spitefulness is so above board. And remember, because there's such a power, this is a power seed. If you're projecting that energy from the top, it's going to rain down to the common guy. And that's going to give him, as opposed to saying, because listen, let me tell you something. I travel the country. Most people are very nice people. Black, white, doesn't matter. You're going to walk into a situation and it's going to be some people that may not look like you. But if you're a nice person, they normally are very, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's happening? And we find that we have a lot of things in common. But when you're projecting white identity hate from the top level of government, And your excuse is we have radical left. Well, we're going to have radicals in every part of our country, but those are on the fringes. But if you keep projecting that white identity hate over just like an umbrella, and you're just raining it down, raining down hate from the top part of the government, well, guess what ends up happening? That's going to affect people, and a lot of people who are not in balance and not in their right mind are going to react to it. And I think that's what we're dealing with, Coco.
I got a different take on this, and
Okay.
I'm trying to approach it in a linear level. But just give you a caption, right?
Yeah.
Why is this happening? That's where I'm going to lead to. There's a lot of white angst. The call is coming from inside the house. And I believe because they tried to bait, riots and, from the black side. I'm just talking about from the black side, doing a lot of things, taking away they're trying to get rid of the Civil Rights Act. They actually froze the what do you call it? Not the DOJ. What is that? The Civil Rights Division.
Right.
A lot of this is going on behind the scenes, taking people's rights away. And I think that the screen, what do you call it? When you try to cover things up by rage baiting, when you rage bait people and you sow divisiveness, this is what this administration is doing. Instead of any of these incidences happening to bring people together, they're ratcheting up the rhetoric. And I think they're doing that to not allow white people, honestly, just my opinion, to let them know that their rights are also being taken. They're trying to use that as the face of, getting, because they said it's the economics, right? That's what they ran on, the economics.
I can agree with what you're saying. I think, and just to pause you right there, because I think what you're saying is great. It's a really good strategy. And what makes a strategy, it's a loss-less strategy, because ultimately the African-American population were already marginalized in this country. We've already been marginalized. So it's like you almost, with all due respect, without saying it too crazy, beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? Because the problems aren't with the African-American community in this country. African-Americans have already been assimilated, embedded. This is where you belong in the country. If you got a chance, fix your own communities. But I think the problem is, it just looks like that out here, but they have bigger problems with the Hispanic and the Chinese and all these other groups that are coming in using the American dream to own the country. And I think it's a smokescreen. To be honest with you, it's a smokescreen.
That's where I'm at with it.
Making it a black and white thing is a smokescreen, because
that's why rhetoric and propaganda is so important, right? Because if you think about it, whenever you see any news program where they're talking politics, when they go into the left, what they do is they use code words so that every ill in society has all the things to do with the left. But when you see these incidences that have been happening, they immediately go into, because they can't say it's a black and white thing. That makes it very difficult for them.
Left and woke mean black. That's what they're saying. That's what you're saying. Left and woke mean black, and
and also Antifa. Antifa also means black.
I don't know one black person in Antifa, by the way.
Well, you know what? Antifa. There is no Antifa organization. That's number one. If you can go and speak to these people, they have their rhetoric so enmeshed within their psyche that their talking points are almost redundant. Like they have no answers. They just spew out all of this stuff. Propaganda is from studying it from 1933.
Wait, are you saying that who they believe is Antifa is just spewing out random rhetoric?
Yeah, it's just because no one can tell you who Antifa is. Antifa is not an organization. Antifa is a catchphrase for anti-fascism. So if you don't want like authoritarianism control, you want to fight against that. That is anti-fascism. And what they're doing is they're grouping that word. They're playing with the word, right?
Could it be that the Antifa and all are sort of kind of like COINTELPRO, the new, all right, buddy, I'll see you later. Have a good day. Could those be just a new version of COINTELPRO by just
No,
creating these organizations or whatever lack of these radical things being sent by the power structure in order to get the people excited? Because I don't know no
I
brothers
think
that's
that's
excited about Antifa. That's what I'm saying.
no, no, no. I think that word, because it is a word. It's not even thing. It's just a word. I think what they're doing is they're like the word white fatigue.
Yeah,
White fatigue, woke, Antifa, all of these words are being played on to create a narrative for their opposition. It means nothing, honestly. If I mean, you go to, let's just say the very word woke just was a black term for to wake up your consciousness to see what's really going on right here.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because right now, the war for, black and brown people is basically already established the moment they're born. You know, they're born in a system that is working against them. And everything that the rhetoric is framing itself around is not to include those people. Everything that all the words are being framed around is to protect white fragility. So, in order for that to maintain
Can I ask a
its,
question? Protect
yeah,
white fragility from who? I don't who is the threat to white fragility? Black people aren't the threat to white fragility
well,
anymore.
let's just go with
Yeah,
an example. I'll give you
yeah,
one good example, and maybe it's the wrong example, but I'll give it to you anyway. Remember the Charlie Kirk situation?
yes.
So when unfortunately this young man lost his life, through white on white crime, which
Very
is,
unfortunate. Yeah, very
terrible.
unfortunate. Yeah.
And 7 hours later, they didn't even find out who the assailant was that committed this crime.
Right.
They locked down 7 black HBCUs. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Right?
Yeah.
So immediately, if you think about the history of white on black violence, we all know that they've had towns where black life thrived, and they would make up stories in order to burn down towns, whole towns.
What's
This is
unfortunate?
not
What's unfortunate about the Charlie Kirk situation? I see what you're saying, and they need an excuse to go buck wild. Basically, is what you're saying. But what's unfortunate about the Charlie Kirk murder? I'm not going to say it's an assassination because I think it just was they murdered a guy, unfortunately, by another guy who was deranged. Both happen to be white men. But what's unfortunate about Charlie Kirk murder is that his argument was being defeated on the college
right.
campus. You heard clips, but you will find video of people breaking his argument down in debate. And
Yeah.
so I think, by killing him made him a martyr in a sense, but his arguments had so many flaws that it was because he wasn't a learned man. He didn't understand. He didn't do research. He didn't study. He wasn't an educated person. Rest in peace. I'm not trying to say
Right.
anything bad
Well,
about
he
the
fulfilled a role,
deceased.
right?
Right.
He fulfilled a role because think about this.
Frontal lobe talking points. They were very frontal lobe. They were very excitable, get you excited talking points and loud, but there were no facts behind a lot of his conversation. And then he would get you distracted by gaslighting you into stuff that's already happening. Yes, we know that
Well,
there's crime in the
he
black
was a
community. We
very
know black,
useful idiot,
yeah.
right? He was
Well,
a
I would
very
say
useful idiot because
I wouldn't call him an idiot though, Coco. I mean,
I
I wouldn't say
I'm
that
just using it as a term. I'm not
okay.
calling him that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm thinking he was a very useful idiot. And if I think about this the correct way, when Trump was running for
I'm just trying to
president,
save you from any backlash. That's why.
no, no,
That's
no, no, it's a term.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
When
Okay.
Trump was running for reelection, well, I would say reelection, this cycle, past cycle,
Right.
he heavily leaned on young white males,
Yeah.
particularly trying to gauge them. Like he would
Usually
go to,
impressionable white males,
yes,
young impressionable white
and
males. Yeah.
yeah, he would go to the WWE events. He would do a lot of things that galvanized that demographic. And it
Yeah.
was very helpful for him to galvanize his base. Charlie Kirk actually was used for that purpose on college campuses to shape, because he wasn't going like Utah, really? The Mormons? I mean, look, they were already in pocket, but he was going around these certain conservative Christian
Right.
colleges to basically keep that base together for whatever happens, because look, Trump is not going to be in office forever. How are you going to capture that demographic for any upcoming, election phases for that movement? That's
Yeah.
why I say he was a useful idiot. The problem is that now we find out that there's so many different splits in the factions on their side that they can't discern friend from foe over there. So that's
Right.
why it's a little concerning, when it comes to these unfortunate shootings. They
Right.
don't know who's they're so divisive that they divided themselves into like many different aspects. So when they go into public spaces now, I'm more concerned for them than us because we're not. They definitely don't want occupying their spaces, and we're not the culprits in all of these shootings. So we don't have. We already know who we're looking for. They don't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is, first of all, this is an interesting conversation. Because if you just, it ties into the Asada Shakur, not Tupac's mother. She was the godmother for Tupac. Afeni Shakur was Tupac's mother. But it really ties into how good of a job COINTELPRO did to dismantle the more so than even the Great Society. COINTELPRO really did some work on
Yeah, they
African
did.
American people to where we kind of lost our identity over the years. And I'm hoping we get it back. I hope these radical and so many people were radicalized because they had no choice. I mean, you go into a situation, the cops are beating you and spraying kids and children and women and children with water hoses and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you got to fight back, right? So, it's just natural. But COINTELPRO went in there and they just, the FBI and all those other people, all the way until now with Comey, who's up to charges himself, James Comey.
Oh, they're gonna throw that out. It's just ridiculous. They're gonna throw that out quickly.
Yeah. Look who entered the building. Look who's
That's
coming
right.
in
You
this
know who it
morning.
is.
Come on, Kimmy, this morning.
That's my Kimmy.
Hey y'all.
This is my Kimmy. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Kimmy.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, fam. How are you guys?
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning,
She looks
Kimmy.
busy. She's in show mode. She's out there rocking. Go ahead, Kimmy. Good morning.
First of all, Kimmy, before we get started, I want to know, first of all, welcome back. And I want to know
Thank
all
you.
about what happened over the weekend because I know it was a very exciting weekend, a lot of activity.
Yes. Okay, I didn't hear your question.
No, I said what happened during the caucus, the Black Caucus this weekend.
Oh, it was awesome. It was great. I think I told you guys this was my 7th year that they have invited me back. We had many people to come to the stress management table for seated massages. I actually met the new CEO of Congressional Black Caucus Foundation. Don't ask me her name, but she's a really pretty Black woman.
Okay.
And yeah, it was so awesome. It was so awesome. We had a lot of homeless people, which we feed the homeless and give them clothing and haircuts and health screenings and seated massage and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was so awesome. And it's still going on, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
Do you see the Black Caucus, the Black Congressional Caucus? Do you see confidence in them that they can go in there and make some changes? Do you see that? Yeah, well, they
No.
a little goal on to get along kind of situation.
Yes. But they did say that the other day there was some sort of voting on something, and a couple of the Black Caucus members sided with the Trump administration. So, the fight is not only outside, the fight is also within. So, we have to double duty.
Well, I see. Listen, if you break down some of those policies, there's the wacky stuff that I don't agree with the Trump business, but there's a couple of things that he says that I'm like, yo, that makes sense. You know, there's a lot, some things that he says that make sense. If you can weed past all the wackiness, right? Some of the common sense things that he's talking about make sense. So I mean, I can see why they would agree with him.
And you know what? I'll share this too, Lays. Sometimes we've been in the shit for so long that we don't understand this is shit that we're in.
Right.
We don't smell the shit anymore. And so, you know, we just think, oh, this is normal. And then when the normality is being brought to us, we're like, oh, wow. Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
Yeah, nobody likes when you hold the mirror up to their face, right? To anyone's face. You know, we operate within, like you said, within the shit. So when you get the mirror held up and you see the reflection of how bad the shit is, then you want to take action. But there's things in place that have been moving parts that put you in the shit in the first place, right? So, so we're trying to operate from the inside out, but that's difficult to do when there is no sense of community or cohesion, you know, of principle, one, you know.
Well, there is a sense of community. I want to take a second and shout out everybody that's out there trying to pull their communities together. They're great foundations, not only the ones I'm involved in with OSG and JBF, the Jesse Banks Foundation. There's always the Black Educators Rock committee down in Florida. There's all little pockets of people that are trying to get it right. Not everybody's 100% right. Not everybody's got it all together, but there's so many in the hip hop community. There's so many different factions of people that are trying to get this right. You know, how do we help the community from the inside out?
I'm thinking of
Maria Davis, another one of a warrior that's out there working still, and you know, sick and working her ass off to do what she's got to do. If we could all come together, that would and recognize that we're not against. Here's the deal, Coco. If the key is we can be for something and not against something. You know what I'm saying? We can. Those two things can work out. Like we're American citizens, so we can be for the country. Like this weekend, they had the Ryder Cup, and you know everybody was pro-American. I wore my red, white, and blue. Kim's got her red, white, and blue. We're for the idea of the country, and just because we're for ourselves benefiting from the idea of America doesn't mean we're against the rest of the country.
That's not what I'm intending to say at all. What I'm intending to say is a lot of people that attend these, you know, the caucus, the Black caucus that Kimmy went to, which is still going on right now. I don't know, maybe because I have not put myself out there, but I don't know what works they're doing. I don't know if it filters down from that level up there down to the communities. I know people on the ground that are working to build communities, but not on the level that they're on up there. Like I don't hear about these people.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to. I think a lot of times people focus more on the school or the school age children, and it doesn't seem like it's going into the community. But I know the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation does a lot with the schools. Other than that, maybe I should dig a little more into it. And actually, I have a conference call with them. I think it's this Wednesday, and I'm going to dig a little more into it. Yeah.
Well, do that because I want to know.
Let's figure that out. There you go. What a wonderful day. Thank you, Coco. Kim, so how was your show this morning? I jumped on in.
Hey, come on. I was talking about Asada Shakur.
Yeah, we talked about Asada Shakur.
And check this out. Well, I was talking about the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. I was crying all night and stuff, right?
No, the Giants won, but nobody cares about the Cowboys.
Listen, I said the Giants won their first game in 3 seasons.
Yes, it's ridiculous. Football is a ridiculous sport. If you want to see a car crash every 45 seconds, just watch football. Just
oh my God.
Just a fucking car crash, head first car crash every 45 seconds. All right,
it was a good show though.
Yeah, that was a great show. We simulcast some of it. We were
Did y'all hear me say? I was like, Lane's probably talking shit about me now.
No, I was letting you rock out. I was like, go ahead.
I said, Kim, if only you had StreamYard, we can merge the two shows.
But look, check this out. I do on here, but I forget all about it on my
Oh
show.
no.
Hi, this is Myrtle. We are in production. A production assistant for Kimberly Robinson. So
Oh my God.
and maybe we could send her some in-ear headphones as well, so that she can.
Oh my God. Kimmy, you got to do that first, man.
Kimberly like this. Like space sprockets over. Man.
Now, Kimmy just want to jump in and get it done. She don't care about setting up stuff.
She don't care about none of
She just want to get it in.
Hey, today I was on my chair. Today I was dancing on my chair today. Hey.
Chair, we'll bring
chair.
Listen, I'm getting snatched. I'm getting snatched again. So I'm like, yes, let's do it.
Nice. Wait. So before we go, all right, we talked about Assad. What are your take on Assad Shakur before we go? Assad Shakur.
I am proud of her.
Yeah.
I am proud of the people who actually got her out of prison so she was able to get away. I'm proud of Fidel Castro for helping her. I'm sick with the New Jersey governor and the police chief that said that they don't want her ashes brought back over here. Other than that,
stop her ashes from being brought back. What are they going to do? You gonna stop?
They can bring a vacuum. I don't know. But you know, I think I'm sad that she's gone, but hey, she fought a good fight, and hopefully, we all can look at the example that she set for our people and continue on.
Okay. Also, I mean, a warrior, and she's been through a lot, and the key here is that we have to put the context on her name so that you understand, because when you want to whitewash history, what you do is you try to just say she's a criminal or something like that. And she wasn't a criminal. She was a freedom fighter. She fought against a lot of oppression, and they fought back. And they were robbing banks and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But
I was just going to say that.
She also was wrongly accused and wrongly convicted, because you can't shoot somebody when you ain't got a gun on you.
Right. And you got bullets already in you.
Yeah, right. You got bullets in you. You can't shoot somebody after you shot and you got no gun, you got no weapon.
Right.
But they just wanted to. What they do is they want to tag the body on somebody, especially when they lost a police officer, unfortunately, in this scenario.
But he was probably dirty, like a lot of them were.
Well, back then, a lot of cops were dirty back then.
That's right. So a dirty cop get what a dirty cop gives.
Well, there you go. Well, anyway, rest in peace. That stuff. Look at
the last thing I wanted to say.
Like, hi, Kimberly. Yeah.
Hey, Toby.
Hey, Toby. The one thing I want to say, though, is she was able to not only leave the United States, she lived free, despite what they had plans for her, and she died free. You know what I mean? I think that is the ultimate survival story for her. I really applaud that. I mean, she was from Queens, get the money. She was born in Queens.
Hey, come on.
But
I got a question for you ladies. I'm a big fan of Marvel's What If. I like those What If series, right? What if we all black people just packed up and just left and went to Cuba and just left the United States? What would that be like? What if? And what would happen?
It would be crowded.
And the rents would be expensive.
Be a lot of fights.
A lot of
infidelity.
A lot of
outside babies. Definitely the population would explode.
We need more babies. We need more babies, though. Brothers, black people need more babies out here. Come on, get them babies going up. Hot. This Lindsay. I just want to know, or Myrtle, for those that don't know. I just want to know, where will this happen? When will this happen? And where will they be? And will they leave a forwarding address as to where? He said Section 8 don't work in Cuba.
Everybody don't work here either, but
everybody's a doctor in Cuba too. Even the guy janitor sweeping the floor is a doctor.
Hey, Lays, but you know what? I mentioned this on the show today as well. Did you know that Cuba and not Cuba, what's his name? Castro and Farrakhan set up where the Americans, if they wanted to become a doctor, could go over there and go to med school and everything for free.
Yes, I know about that.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Across the Caribbean, there are a lot of as you know, my younger brother is a doctor. So, in his time from Texas Tech, then he had to go to some of the less expensive doctors. We didn't take loans. He was for everything himself. So, we funded him all the way through that. And then he had to go and do work in the Dominican Republic and Belize and in all these different little places to get more accreditation. Yeah, it's way different. The medical system in America is really tough. The amount of money it costs for all doctors to be a doctor, and then the insurance and all that kind of stuff in America, the system is really terrible. The medical system, the infrastructure of medicine. But in Cuba, everybody's a doctor. It's like India. Everybody's a doctor. The guy that's cooking in the halal truck is, I'm in India. In Pakistan, I'm a whole doctor in Pakistan.
Damn.
He can make you some. He can put some white sauce on your chicken and rice. And then he also can fix that knee problems and prescribe you some amoxicillin if you jammed up. Can get you some medication for ladies of those HPV if you got can discreetly take care of some of those problems. Well, anyway, this has been a great show. Also, the Queens get the money casino. Kimberly, you missed the whole conversation about that. Did you talk about that on the show this morning?
I did.
How do you feel?
I kind of said aha, Jigga, and yay, Nas. God. But I love both of them. But I'm happy and proud of Nas. But this is another thing that I was saying, Lays. Remember we were talking about with Target and all the boycotting and stuff. And my thing is, stop when this is over. Don't go back to Target. Get a marketing team or an investment team, and we build our own Target like Nas is doing. We don't need MGM if we have NAS.
Well, it sounds great. I'll tell you that. It sounds great. But I love this. Well, also, it's not just Nas. It's also owned by Resort World. Resort World NYC is the company, and Nas is he's a partner, but he's more of the face. And Kenny the Jet Smith is also a big part of it as well.
Is that right?
Yeah, Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's a lot of different people that are involved in this. And also, one of the reasons why they got it, you have to understand, is because they actually had infrastructure set up in Queens. So they already have a space set up for that in Queens, so they can go in there and just, it's almost like a plug and play situation. They can go rebuild quickly and get it done. And next thing you know, boom, we've got up and running casino in Queens, New York. And I think it's probably it's going to be good for the neighborhood. A lot of jobs for people that need jobs in Queens. And listen, I'm very proud of Queens. Queens get the money. I mean, I know it's popular to say it's a Jigga Nas thing when the borough president was like, we won again. Like, all right, well, you didn't have to say that. but for Queens, Brooklyn, people from Brooklyn and Queens, because Brooklyn, for those that don't live in New York, Brooklyn and Queens are right next to each other. through the Interborough, Jackie Robinson, and Brooklyn Queens Expressway. There's a lot of work that'll be coming from those areas in East New York and East Brooklyn, East New York, and Brownsville, and all those areas that people that need jobs, they can get right over there to Queens and work. And people in Jamaica, Queens, and the South Side, and all the stuff to Queens, they can also get that work over there. So shout to Queens. Great job, Queens. Yeah, but not. This is going to be an expansive version of the Resort World. It's not just Resort World racetrack kind of casino. They're going to expand it, which is to our point. Resorts is already in there, and that's what made it easier than having to break ground with Caesars in Manhattan and try to make that whole thing happen from jump in Manhattan. There'd be way too many complications to make that happen, but they'll work it out. Maybe they'll work it out. We support all that though. Right,
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, ladies, Unc's got to go. I got work to do this morning, but I just wanted to tell you guys, tomorrow we will be chair dancing. What time do you do your show? Let's give Kim some shit on the air so we know, and maybe you just give us a little text and say what time you coming on. How about that?
Thank you. It's Monday, 6:15 to 7:15.
There you go, 7:15. Okay, so just know we're gonna come in here about 6:30. And Kim won't come into 7:15. Just all right, guys, and make sure you go check out the Kim show. And maybe one day this week we're gonna give her a tutorial on how to use.
Please.
We'll come on Kim's show and rock out, and then we'll swing over to this show. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
There you go.
We'll do that. We'll bring it all together. Because I get Brycey up to go to school in the morning. Me being, I'm lazy as a single dad. How you guys like that?
Hey.
Lace, that's awesome.
Yeah. And me and my boy.
Yeah.
I have two school age sons. One's 16, but he do what he feel like he want to do. And then I got the 12-year-old who's up on the dad all the time. He's like, this is my main man, my pops. So I'm holding it down. And so it's that time works for me because I got to get him up and get ready to go to school. So we'll come out and we'll hang out with you, and then we'll jump on over to back on the morning email. There you go. Yeah.
Yay.
Anyway, you guys have a great day. Everybody with the sound of my voice. It's been an amazing morning. I want people to make sure you come out on November 14th at the Teaneck Marriott. Ladies, are you going to come up and be a part of this amazing event? I will be the gala chair for the Jesse Banks Foundation as we give scholarships away for children and make sure that their lives can be better than our lives, which is the whole point. And Black people go have kids. They fooled you. What do you mean? What happened to the Dutch? Is all right. She's chilling. She's doing her thing. What are you doing? Dutch is cool. She cool. What's Toby talking about?
So you want to know?
Yeah. No, Dutch is all right. Yeah. Anyway, congratulations to the Duchess on her new endeavors. She's doing some great stuff too. By the way, I mean from a dad perspective, Toby. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't put that on. That's my son. You know what I'm saying? And his mother, my ex, is someplace else. So but that's a different conversation. Anyway, I'm not going to be complicated. Bishop, welcome to our respective morning emails. Shout to my OSG family. Salute to them. I was with Breezy this weekend. Had a great time with him. And shout to my MOP First family. Shout to Billy. We had a great conversation yesterday. And yes, it's all doing well. Black people have more babies. How about that? Get away from get out of those abortion clinics. No plan B. Get out of those clinics. No plan Bs. Black people have more children. Understand? Just have more babies, and we'll figure it out. Just bring the kids home. Let the kids have some Christmas. All right.
There you go.
Hi, this is Lindsay Myrtle. Actually, I just want to know what will the ratio be to black. Shut up, man. Yeah. Have a great day. Oh, wait.
Bye, everybody.
Toby says, "Come on, Kim, let's go have a baby."
Okay.
Topic for tomorrow's show already.
Toby, Kimmy says, "We just be practicing." That's what we.
They're not even scrambled anymore.
So your eggs, you have a eggs Benedict. That's
Oh my God.
Eggs Benedict. Y'all have a great day. This is what.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
You too, Coco. Coco, you want to give it to Coco? Shoot it in your pants, Toby. You take it easy, all right?
Yeah, Toby, the automatic weapons out here.
Yeah,
Toby spraying up the club. Everybody can get it.
You know.
Take it easy, Toby. Don't shoot up the club, all right? Please. Wow.